We're live here. This is Rich Lieberman, the Friday Media Pulse, and I want to talk a little bit about someone I haven't spoken about in a while. I used to talk about Claudine Wong of KTVU a lot when I was writing more and not doing this YouTube broadcast, which I've done now for a little over a year and a half. So, and I have various people that I like, various people that I'm not crazy about, and some people that I don't have an opinion one way or the other. Okay. And I over the years have been hard on Claudine Wong. She is an anchor, been there for quite a while at KTVU. And I've pointed out jokingly over the years that she hardly smiles and that she had sort of this sort of cold persona. And I found it kind of odd, so to speak. Has nothing to do with her competence, has nothing to do with her credibility as an anchor whatsoever. Uh, but they're not robots, these anchors. They're human beings. They come into our living room, and especially in the old days, be pre-internet, they were almost like a part of our family, right? We developed an identity with them. We watch, and we share kind of an indelible feeling with a lot of them, right? So, and now Claudine Wong is mostly morning uh, anchor. She's been doing a lot of evening fill-in for uh, for Heather Holmes and so forth. And the good, I just mentioned the fact that look, she's competent. She delivers the news. I'm talking about Miss Wong. Um, for me, a little tad too serious, that kind of quasi serious look that she's trying to be thought of as credible and what things that I just mentioned. And she does a decent job. I have no quarrels. I'm just saying, and this is the bad, but you could put bad in air quotes. To me, she doesn't come across as a very warm person. Not that she has to, but as I just indicated, a lot of these people, they are a part of our daily lives. We watch them, we kind of commiserate and vent with them, if at all. I don't mean literally, but figuratively speaking. I never found Claudine Wong to be that kind of person. She, every now and then she laughs a little bit more, is a little bit less serious. And not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with being serious, but to me, you have to show a little bit of reserve. You have to have a little bit of, shall we say, candor and reveal yourself, especially when you're talking about stories that are not always serious. And I just thought that she wasn't always that kind of welcoming emergence, that welcoming presence. Okay. With regards to the news, again, I think she does an average to a little bit above average job. But as a news person, I don't really think much of her. It has nothing, again, to do with her personality, has nothing to do with her own persona, which I think most of the time is sort of overrated, if at all rated, what have you. Especially in this day and age with Fox owning KTVU and how KTVU has become this non-entity, this basically embarrassment that it's become. The irony, I don't think Claudine Wong is the real reason amongst many having to do with the downfall of KTVU. I think that's more management and people who should know better, people that are ostensibly running the newsroom and the on-air product. Those people I have quarrels with. A lot of the people in front of the camera, and there's plenty of people I have fault with. Wong isn't one of them. She just, again, has this kind of persona that I find to be, again, a little too serious for my taste. And you might be saying, well, I'm contradicting myself. What is she supposed to be? You're saying, Rich, she's too serious, but then if she were giddy, then you would certainly criticize her for being giddy. Well, I would. But that's the nuance. That's the art, if you will, the specialty of being a good anchor. You develop your own chemistry. You identify not so much with the viewers, but you make, or in this case, take into account that you're reporting to the average viewer or whomever. And therefore you can't be robotic, obviously, unless you're, you know, broadcasting for C-SPAN or whatever. You have to have a little bit of, I use the word nuance. It could be anything. It could be a little charm, a little bit of less seriousness, if that makes any kind of sense. That's how you develop an identity. That's how you make yourself comfortable. And I just never warmed to Miss Claudine Wong. She's never done anything for me in that regard. And so I've called her out would be a wrong word or words. I've basically have talked about some of the inconsistencies and some of her a lot of her style. And look, a lot of this is opinion. Some people love her, some people can't stand her. It's like anything else. There's few people, anchors, that have universal admiration or scorn. So you try to be a little bit in the middle, right? And that's the goal, I would assume, for everybody doing that kind of a job. In any event, look, I will say this about Claudine Wong. She's gotten a lot better. I don't know if it's because of age or wisdom or just normal behavior, human behavior issues. She's gotten a lot better. So I'll give her that. You know, I think she could be a lot better than she appears to come across as. I know there's a personality there, and I'd like to see more of that. And we'll see on that end. Perhaps she's developed a trait that would become let me rephrase this, that would benefit her and show her to be a little bit more humanely, a little bit less robotic, and so forth. Look, what I say is just an opinion. Duh. Obviously, you may disagree otherwise. I'm sure she's got her lovers and admirers, people that like her a lot, and then there are people like myself, or there might be people who are in the middle. She's okay. And maybe that's kind of the worst thing you could be, just okay, good or bad. If you have some identity factor in your presentation, that might be even better than just being bad or indifferent, because it shows you have something people are watching you for. In any event, if you care to agree or disagree, or you have your own opinion, which I'm sure most of you do, of course, feedback essential and much, much wanted. As long as you're cool, okay? Don't be a jerk. Don't be idiotic. Make a fairly credible adult observation, and we'll publish your information, your comment. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.